Good morning. Today is Sunday, April 12th, 2020, and I am just a fellow Oregon unemployment insurance recipient. I'm putting together this video to hopefully help alleviate some stress and anxiety for those of you who went to claim your weekly benefits this morning and discovered that you were required to restart your claim before doing so. This is a well-known error in the system. So it's something that we have to do, so don't panic. We're just going to go ahead and go through the process together. So you're going to, if you haven't read through the UI Basics review, you will be asked during that process to go through a little questionnaire, a separate that I'm not going to show here because I've already done it. And the answers are there for you. You literally just bubble in the show me the answer when you do that UI Basics review if you are required to do that. Just go through the process. You can't get the answers wrong. Just bubble in the show me the answer, and there's about 5 or 6 questions. You'll get through that just fine. Once you've done that, you'll get to this screen and you'll click continue and then go ahead and log in. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to put in my social so that I can get logged in here and continue. We're going to enter our PIN number. This is something you're very familiar with by now if you've been doing this for a few weeks like I have. Enter that and continue. Then this scary screen comes up, which is red, and we haven't seen that yet. So I know this is kind of scary to everybody. It's telling us we have to restart our claim, and you're thinking, wait, what? What happened? What's wrong? What's wrong? This is an error in their system, guys, but trust me, if you try to go ahead and just wait and do it over the phone, you're going to be one of the 7 million people that are on the phone. So let's follow all their other advice here on their question and answer. It says that I got an error, I need to restart my claim. What happened? You can see here it's an issue that they are working on. They're working to fix it. They'll post an update when they have fixed it. It says we hope to make an automatic fix so you can continue to file your weekly claim online. I'm going to propose that we do that we continue to file our weekly claim online, because everything else we read in the question and answers, such as up here at the top where it says what happens if we had put in a date to return to work in our initial claim, and then now due to the Stay Home Save Lives order that we don't know when that's going to be. Their advice is to please continue to file a claim each week you are out of work until your employer resumes operations. You see that here? I'll give you a chance to read it with me. So that is one example of why I feel we should continue to do the online claim system. Then what happens if we got a letter in the mail and the claim was denied? What do we do now? It says, please continue to file a claim each week you are out of work until your employer resumes operations. Yet another example is the initial claim was submitted. The next week I got an error that the claim was not valid. What should I do? Guess what the answer is, guys? Please continue to file your weekly claim each week you are out of work online, if at all possible, they add here. So that's what I'm going to propose we do, is that we go ahead and soldier on and restart our claim as their system is requesting, and then we go ahead and we will submit our weekly claim after we've completed the restart. So we get back to this screen, and we're going to go ahead and restart like they're asking us to do. Sorry about the lag in my system. My internet's lagging a little. Bear with me. There we go. And your claim was filed, or you last restarted your claim during the week ending March 28, 2020. That's my week. That may be a different date for you, or it may be the same depending on when you started your initial claim. Then we're going to answer these questions. Have you worked for the federal government? In my case, no, I have not in that time. Have you served in the military? No, I have not. Have you been self-employed? No, I have not. Have I worked for 2 employers? No, I have not. And are you restarting the claim because you're attending apprenticeship training? No, I am not. And then I'm going to continue. And then it's just going to remind us here that we are answering a legal question that there are penalties for it if you withhold information or make false statements. So it's just asking, are you sure that since that date, have you worked? And in my case, I have not. So I'm going to click no over here. And there's a little bit of a lag in my system again. But again, if you take this moment to just read that, have you worked since the week ending blank, whatever your date is, and answer it truthfully. If you have, even for an hour, I believe you click yes, but if you haven't, like me, you click no. All right, now my system's back up, and we're coming over to restart the claim, the work history. And why are you restarting? It's asking. So did I stop looking for work? In my case, no, I did not. And I suspect in your case, you did not either. If you were available to return to work to your employer when the pandemic is over, you did not stop looking for work. I hope you were not in jail. I was not, so I'm going to click no and just leave that at that. I was not ill or injured to prevent me from working. So I'm going to go ahead and say no. And I did not forget to claim any prior weeks. I suspect you did not either. So if you did, you're going to answer this differently if you forgot to claim. But if this is just your regular Sunday weekly claiming for April 12th for last week, then you're going to answer these accordingly. And then I propose you leave this area blank. Some people are tempted to put something in here. Everything else I've read and seen on their website recommends that you not enter things into the blank for COVID-19 people because it just clogs up the system. And everything else that I've watched on their instructional videos and read in all of their documentation states to leave these areas blank if this is related to COVID-19. It's just going to ask you to confirm your answers, and I'm done that. Continue. And we're going to confirm that we have been honest with our answers and understand that there may be penalties if we are giving false answers. And then this part gets a little confusing, you guys, because it's got 2 dates here. Everybody else that I worked with over the phone and stuff this morning in terms of family members and friends also had 2 dates here. I'm going to propose that we choose last week because that's what we were coming on here to do this morning anyway. And everything we know about unemployment is that it's for the week prior. You're reporting the situation from the week prior, not anticipating the week ahead of you. So today is April 12th. We are reporting for the week that ended at midnight on Saturday, April 11th, not the week ahead of us. So we will, this is America. You're free to answer any way you want, but I'm proposing that we answer the week prior. Brings us to the screen that you have definitely seen during other parts of this whole process from the time you filed your initial claim. It is reminding you that eligibility requires a work search. And for those of us who are affected by COVID-19, we do not complete that section. We leave it blank, and we notice this paragraph at the bottom that pertains to being temporarily unemployed. It gets a little nerve-wracking here because it says this definitive statement that there must not be more than 4 weeks between the week you became temporarily unemployed and the week you're returning to work. That feels a little scary because most of us, at least all of us in the dental field, are expecting that mid-June is when we're going to go back, but we don't have an actual definitive date. A lot of us don't yet. But if we refer back to the question and answer section again about what if we had put a date in that initial claim, because a lot of us thought we would be going back after, say, June 15th, when the order currently is written to expire. Here it's saying that they are going to automatically clear out those lapses and return to work, and that they recommend that we continue to file our weekly claims and not get hung up on that detail. So that's what we're going to do. Submit that. We have now requested to restart the claim, and it's been received. We're not done yet, guys. Hang in there with me. We now have to enter our weekly claim, the whole thing we hopped on here to do this morning in the first place. Now we can get on with that. So we're going to enter our weekly claim. For me, it's for last week. Enter the weekly claim, and then we're going to go through and answer these questions just like we've done before. Nothing different here, although there's a few little updates of tidbits of information. So we'll review those together. Did you fail to accept an offer of work last week? I did not. Did you quit a job last week? I did not. Were you fired or suspended from a job last week? I did not. Were you away from your permanent residence? I was not. Obviously, guys, if you were, you answer these differently. Were you both physically and mentally able to perform the work you sought last week? I was, so I bubbled that in yes. Each day last week, were you willing to work and capable of accepting and reporting to work part-time or full-time? Yes. And you'll notice you are, that statement there in italics, you're actively seeking work if you will return to your employer or are willing to look for work when state and local emergency declarations related to the coronavirus expire or are otherwise no longer in effect. Did you actively look for work last week? Yes, you did, if you were available to return to your employer. And you'll see it said if you marked yes, then go to the paragraph at the bottom and check the box. I am temporarily unemployed because I have been laid off or had my hours reduced and expect to return to work with my employer. Don't get hung up on that 4-week thing right now. They're going to correct that in the system like they've done so many other times. Did you work last week, or did you receive or will you receive vacation or holiday pay? If you did, awesome. I did not, so I'm going to bubble in 0 here. I'm going to not bubble it in. Sorry, guys. I'm going to type in 0. There we go. And then if you had some hours, you'd put them in there. If you had some gross earnings, you're going to put that in there. And then you're going to leave this section blank for your work search if you're affected by COVID-19 and expecting to return to your previous employer when this whole fiasco comes to an end. Then we're going to continue. It's going to ask us to just verify our answers came over properly. And mine looks good, so I'm going to click verified, as I hope you are. And then we're done, guys. We made it through another week. So we have saying this certifies your claim for the 7-day week ending midnight on Saturday, April 11th has been processed. To check the status of your claim, you can click this link, you guys, but if you notice first, it says wait 30 minutes. In my experience to date, each week when I've tried that, it's not available even within the day. It typically has been taking, I've noticed it takes at least until the next day until it's updated. Things are moving rapidly, as with everything else other than the stay-home orders and feeling like everything is slow at home. These things with unemployment and their updates on the system are moving really rapidly. So you did it. Stay tuned for hopefully no more stressful occurrences, but I'll post some more videos if we run into anything else that's really weird. Otherwise, soldier on, keep calm, and keep submitting your weekly claims, and be safe, be healthy,